Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Tiffany Almazan, your hostess for this evening's entertainment, and I want to welcome you here. So real quick, before I get started, you have to check this out. Well, I'm already started, but before I start with our recipe for tonight, check this out. Take you over here by the window. These are my tomatoes that are working on growing while I'm building the bed. So, look at this. Look at how cool this is. So, we've got some guys that are still little. So, all of them used to be this size just what, I don't know, a week or so ago, right? Look at how huge this is now. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love it. So, now I'm working on my veggie beds, getting them built. So, stay tuned for, news on that. But, as I ran out this evening, early evening, for a couple ingredients I needed for tonight, I realized what my outfit had been missing. I had this shirt on and this cool sweater, and I was loving the red. And it wasn't until I ran out to the store and I put on my cap and I had a white jacket on over it that I'm like, oh my gosh, there's the outfit. So I'll at least lift it up a little bit so you can see my face better. But I'm like, the hat stays on because it completes the outfit. Totally does, right? So here we go. I don't have a real good place. Well, you can actually see the tomatoes right there. Anyway, I don't have a real good place for this camera, so we're just kind of putting it where we can today. I will show you what we're working with. What I decided on was all of this yumminess. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Try and get you too dizzy here, sorry. All right. So I decided I'm getting a CSA veggie bag every week now from a farm just a little bit north of here, Quail Hollow Farm, and I am loving it. It's so amazing. So we get all kinds of yumminess. And I decided that two things I decided this month. Not eating out at all this month, even at a raw, vegan, whatever kind of good plant-based place. I'm gonna eat at home. And the goal is to eat everything that comes in this bag every week. So, bok choy is on the menu because I have bok choy in the bag, and my next bag comes tomorrow and I haven't used any of it. So it's getting used tonight. And I also had some yummy kale as well. So that's going down tonight too. I've even got, oh gosh, I've got actually a lot of stuff that was in the bag that's going in my recipe tonight. So here's what the bok choy looks like. I had to save one whole so you could see how amazing it is. Look at this. Isn't it just awesome? I love it. The green. So cool. So you just need to, cut off the ends, of course, and I rinsed it already, so it may even be fine, but I'll chop this one up later. My plan was that you didn't have to watch me chopping everything, so we'll see how I did. I also wrote out the recipe real quick here because I can't use my phone to see the recipe, and I tried using my iPad before, but it keeps wigging out on the screen, like it'll lock, and then it just it scrolls all the time, so you're always trying to scroll back up to where you left off, so that didn't work either. So back to paper. Imagine that, right? So what we're starting with is the kale. I've already chopped this up. Look at that yumminess. This stuff is so good, and I will tell you, where did I put my compost stuff? Hang on. Whoa. I'm back. Okay, so these are the stems of the kale that were on here. Now you can go through, and this is what they start out with, looking like this, right? So you could go through and, get the whole rib out there, the whole, that's like way too long. These weren't that thick of rib, any kind of rib store about. So I just cut the ends off, which turned into this here, these little guys. And these are gonna go, they could go in your juice. These stems are amazing for you with lots of good nutrients in them. They could be juiced up, they could be blended up. These are actually gonna go in my dog compost pile. These are gonna get blended in the food processor for the dogs. So for me, I have a compost pile back there, and then I have my dog compost pile. So they're getting those. So these are in here. Now because there's still a little bit of ribs on them, what I'm gonna do first is just soften it up a little bit. Something else I don't have out, the salt. Here goes. Just gonna throw a little bit of salt on here, some Himalayan pink salt, and this is a great way to soften up and give it a cooked texture a bit to the kale, make it easier to eat, soften up some of those stems, and it also makes it, reduces it down, so you just kind of go through and you're just, you know, massaging it. I mean, and seriously, you can squeeze, you don't need to be too soft about it or anything, but you just do this for a little bit to get it to wilt down a little bit more. It makes your salad, like I said, because it reduces down, it makes it more dense, and so it's actually easier to eat more of it quicker. The challenge, I think, when you're eating a lot of salads is, you know, consuming it, and it takes a while for all this chewing that you're doing. So anything you can do to make it bite-sized pieces and make stuff smaller is good. And this is already like getting reduced really quick. So just a few more squeezes and then we can throw the other stuff in here. Losing a couple pieces, but see if you can see what it's already doing, how it's already reducing down. It's looking really good. So just give it a couple more, and then we'll move on. Alright. Got all kinds of stuff to share with you tonight, so always fun. Oh wow, this is really getting wilted. That's a good word for it. Kind of wilted. That doesn't sound appealing, but that's really what's happening to it. So, okay, I don't know if you can really tell the comparison because you're not seeing me actually doing it, but here's how it's, you know, getting reduced. So, we got that, and then I chopped up, of course, the star ingredient. Look at this. Amazing. Okay, so, oh, I gotta say, you ever had this raw? Wow. That's really good. First it's just kind of like crunch and real light flavor, not a whole lot, and then you get this little hint of sweetness to it too. My hands are turning green. Wow, that's really good. I didn't put this in the bowl yet because I really wanted this to stay crunchy. I didn't want it to get reduced down like the rest of the kale. I wanted that difference in the texture too, because this is a different kind of crunch than, you know, the stems on the kale leaves. So we're just gonna throw this in and all the leaves too. Oh goodness, amazing. Oh, I might not even need that other bok choy. Might even be able to save this one for another time. This is actually a good blend here. So that looks pretty good. Look at that. Look how nice this looks. Oh, yummy. So what we're gonna add to this to make it even better is, let me rinse my green fingers off here. So got some additional ingredients that I had in my bag. So here's a couple I had left over. These turnips are amazing. So yummy. And I left them whole like this because I wanted to see them, and I really wanted you to get a hint of the flavor, because this is very unique and I want it to stand out on the green. Oh, so these are going in, and then I have some radishes also from my little bag. Oop, losing them. Pour the rest of those in. And this here is kind of momentous. This is my last spring onion. It was a smaller one, so you can see it's a little bit less than the huge one I used before. But this is, oh, smells so, oh gosh, smells so good. My last one, and I'm told there won't be any more in my bag this week, so this is it. So sad. So these are going in. And this was not in my bag, but for color, I'm throwing this in. Here's the thing. So people are concerned about protein and all the nutrients that you're getting. Are you getting everything you need when you're eating raw, right? Well, yes, you are. As long as you are eating a variety. Like they say, eat the rainbow. That's for real. You will get everything you need. There's no such thing as like, well, be careful what I say. You know, there's a complete protein, like beans and rice gives you the complete protein, everything you need. Well, you don't need all of that all at the same time. You don't need all of those amino acids all of the time in one sitting. If you're eating different colors, varieties of foods, you are gonna get everything that your body needs. It has to break down the meat that you eat. It has to break down that protein anyway and then rebuild it. So it's creating more work for your body to do. This is just getting directly what it can use. So that's the reason I'm adding in, a pop of color to it, to keep that variety going. So that I'm getting everything. This bok choy, antioxidant heaven, for sure. So got that. Okay, here's something fun for you guys. So, I was gonna put in some carrots. This one is not actually in my bag, so this one I picked up at Trader Joe's. And I was just, doing this thing right here. I was just shaving them, peeling them with the peeler, right, to make some strips, versus having a chunk of it. I wanted a different texture. And I'm like, it looks kind of ugly. I mean, for real. Look at that. It's just, just kind of, I'm like, how can I make them thinner? I'm thinking, guess what I did? You guys have one of these? I don't even know what it's called. It's like a, it peels, but in strips because of the blades that are right there. It's pretty amazing. And check this out. Look what it does. It turns them into this amazingness. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so this tool right here is how I can turn my kabocha squash spiralized and keep it raw. Because I'm like, how do you put in a spiralizer? It's these curved pieces, I'm like, it's never gonna work, to rotate it around. I'm like, this is how I'm gonna be able to make those strips, the kabocha. It supposedly is just as great raw like sweet potatoes are. So, random side note. But check out for these. Look for these at the, the kitchen collection kind of store or whatnot. This is amazing. Super simple. This would work on, your cucumbers too, your zucchini. It's amazing. So that's going in. Throwing those in for, again, some more color, some additional texture and flavor. And what I had left was this. This is what I couldn't use. This doesn't go in the regular compost. This you would eat like right now while you're nibbling, or you would throw it in the dog compost pile. There's your only two choices. And the same with this, because it's just not as pretty. Dog compost. They love all this stuff. But key for your dog, that any of these things you're giving them, they can't break them down whole like this. So make sure you throw them in your food processor and turn it into mush, okay? Then just give them a scoop on their whatever food you're feeding them. Just give them a scoop. It shouldn't be like their main meal. It's like maybe 10% of how much they're eating can be the veggie mix, And then you can even throw a splash of apple cider vinegar on top of it too to help them digest it as well. So another random side note for you. Look at how it's coming along. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Totally amazing. And so I don't have to wash my hands again and get them all green. I'll just mix this up a little bit. Oh, this looks so good. So fresh. And did I throw? No. Okay. Good. Wow. Look at the pops of color in there. Look how delicious that looks. Okay. This is getting complete food right here. Versus just, a lettuce or, only one ingredient or all stuff that's green. You need to have variety in there. So, there's our salad base. Done. We're just going to let it sit there and marinate some more. Now what we got is a dressing. So I'm going to make this. Here, you can come with me. I am going to make this Asian ginger dressing. Let's see, where can I put you? If I put you like this. Okay, cool. And then I need my handy dandy dressing blender. Got you, and here's my handy cupboard with all my supplies, right? Okay, you're gonna see a whole tour of my house, and I'm probably making you all dizzy and crazy, so one day. Uh-oh. Back. All right, so get this thing set up. It's really kind of cool. If you're making a lot, I use my Vitamix, but I'm not making a huge amount with these this dressing, and so it won't turn in the Vitamix. It'll be too the amount will not be enough. So if I can get that straight. Okay, there you go. Maybe it's my hat that's crooked. I don't know. All right, so we need some ginger and some garlic is gonna go in this recipe. I already chopped it up. Throw that right in. And then, okay, then we're gonna have some rice vinegar. And I'll be honest here, I don't know if you can get this raw. So I don't know if this is technically ever able to be on a raw, if you're doing, you know, 100% raw diet. Cause it's, you know, I don't know. So it is what it is. I'm using it. I do like the taste of it. And I'll have to look into that if it's possible to get this raw. I know you can get apple cider vinegar raw, but I don't know about this. So 2 tablespoons of this is going in. Especially with Asian dishes, this rice vinegar just got a different hint to it, a flavor than, you know, the apple cider vinegar does. So we got that in there. Goodness, all these things that I didn't get out of the, I just didn't get out. Here you go. Here's one more. I could get real good editing videos after the fact, right? You know, could edit this out. Okay, Dijon mustard. Okay, it's organic, so I'll say that for it. This again isn't raw either, and this has got some white vinegar in it. Water, mustard, sea salt, and clove. So it's got all the good ingredients in it, just not raw. And again, I don't know about white vinegar either. Can that be raw or not? So it is what it is. I could use mustard seeds, grind them up, but I'm doing this right here. And I'm supposed to put in a tablespoon. Let me shake it first. I didn't used to like Dijon mustard. Then I started making all these amazing dressings that use it because it has a really good kick to it, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. So let's see. Whoa. Put our tablespoon in. I've never made this dressing before or this recipe with bok choy. I didn't even know what to make bok choy with. It wasn't a stir fry because that's how I've had bok choy my whole life, is a stir fry. Right? So trying something new. Dijon mustard, tablespoon of lemon juice. We'll squeeze some of this in. I don't know here. We're just gonna eyeball it. That looks good to me. Then, oh, soy sauce. Oh, this is a good one for you. Okay. So, soy sauce is not generally raw. This is probably your better option, liquid aminos. But here's the thing. They're made from non-GMO soybeans and purified water. But where does it say this is raw either? You know, gluten-free, no preservatives, kosher, you know, organic, all that fun stuff. But no alcohol, no preservatives, not fermented, gluten-free, 16 amino acids, no preservatives, not fermented, not pasteurized. So you think by default it should be kind of considered raw, right? I don't know. There you go. Check it out. But apparently this is better than soy sauce. Ha! But I think this one's my favorite. You guys ever had this one? I know you can't read the label, but you should recognize it if you've had it before. This is Namashoyu Osawa Organic Namashoyu unpasteurized soy sauce. This is like some of the original stuff, right? Organically grown soybeans, mountain spring water, organically grown whole wheat, sea salt. So this does have your gluten in it. So again, that's where this will come in, or even tamari. People will use tamari as well. But this stuff has got the most amazing flavor. You might have to order it online, therawfoodworld.com. Usually I get it there. I don't find it in the stores here anymore. Even Whole Foods doesn't charge an arm and a leg for it. They just don't have it anymore. You used to start having a tiny bottle, and then even that's gone. So, but this stuff is your raw soy sauce. Just depends if you want that, you know, wheat in there or not. So this is amazing. So it's only asking for a teaspoon, but I mean, for real, a teaspoon of soy sauce? What? I mean, I don't know what that can do, but okay. And then here's another one for you. Sesame oil. This one is not raw either, but the good thing is it's cold pressed. So on your oils, you always want them to be cold pressed. So we're gonna call this a mostly raw recipe, you know, because that's what I'm putting in. How much do I need? Oh, I need a 1/4 cup, right? Okay. That's where the base is coming from then, all this stuff. So, I think it's, just use my tablespoon measurement for that. Throw that in. Pinch of red pepper flakes. Stand by. Here I was so concerned to get it all ready for you so you didn't have to be watching me chop veggies, and I did that. You don't have to watch me chop veggies, but I didn't get all the dressing stuff done, so, you know, hey. A work in progress, right? So we're just gonna throw, I'm using my little hand measurement, which is cool. Throw some of that stuff in. And let's see, is this it? Ginger, garlic, vinegar, mustard, lemon juice, soy sauce, sesame oil. You could use olive oil if you wanted, and the red pepper flakes. See, this tiny little bit of dressing. I mean, for real, like, this is like Kerwin's one bowl is here, so I recommend doing a double batch. Let's see. And I'm not a big fan of getting hit with a chunk of, you know, ginger. So this isn't your best blender for the ginger and the garlic. It will still leave some chunks in here. You can kind of see. I don't want to pour it out here. But you can kind of see some of those chunks, you know, still in there on the side and everything. But hey, it is what it is. It won't go in the Vitamix. Holy cow! Wow, you guys. This is amazing. Talk about a kick. There is definitely a kick in there. Of course, I put extra garlic in the recipe, so it was kind of like an inch of ginger and then 2 cloves of garlic. I probably put 4 cloves of garlic in there. Wow. That is really good. I'm impressed, guys. I'm totally impressed. So there's dressing for you. One other one I was gonna do real quick, because I knew that wasn't gonna make a lot. I looked at the ingredients. I'm like, that's not even gonna be much at all, right? So I had a second container that I got out. Here it is. Okay, so let's make another one real quick. Oh my gosh, that is like so good, you guys. I don't wanna lose any of it here. So we got that, and then I'll rinse real quick here. All right, for the second recipe dressing for this salad, we are going with, what are we going with? Same inch of ginger, and this one says 3 cloves of garlic, but I still probably put like 4 or 5 in here. I like garlic. And it's really good for you, okay? It's very good for you. Keeps you healthy, keeps you non-sick, which is a great thing. Got that. We need juice of a lemon, a whole lemon for this one. I don't know, this might be a lime. You ever get confused on that? This is what it looks like. But I'm thinking it was just an orange that had issues. But now that I open it, it looks a little bit like a lime. Oh well. Maybe there'll be a mix. Wouldn't hurt, right? So I'm gonna use mostly this half from the other one. Get as much, you know, in here as I can. I'm gonna use the rest of the other one. Oh yeah, there's still a decent chunk in there, so that's good. Okay. So we got that, and we'll just do a little squeeze of this. Yeah, pretty sure that's a lime. It'll taste all right though, right? It'll all be good. Okay, now it's asking for, the recipe that I found is asking for coconut aminos. I don't like coconut aminos. I've tried them, and they just, to me, it just tastes kind of gross. So, this is gonna be so tasty. Save this for the best recipes. Don't just put it in something that you're not gonna taste. You want this to be just pure. Don't cook this. This is just too good. Use, you know, regular soy sauce or use your liquid aminos if you're gonna cook it. Save this for the raw, savory stuff. Oh, it's just so yummy. An extra splash in there too. Hey Lynn, how are you? All right, so we got that, and then, oh, here's another fun one. Coconut nectar. Now, I don't really use this much either. This is the one jar I've had for forever. But because this is kind of an Asian recipe, and I know they have a little bit of that sweet to them, I thought, well, I might as well use it and see, you know, see how it goes. But, you know, I'm not a real big fan of it. But if you're looking for an alternative to honey, to maple syrup, or even to agave, this would be another alternative for you. It's not as sweet. Whoa, and I even put extra in. So, ooh, we'll see how this tastes. I don't know. I got that, and what else we got for this one? Juice of a lemon. Oh, we got sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are going in the salad. I could put those in the salad. Okay, not in the dressing. Okay, garlic cloves, cayenne. This one asks for cayenne. Yes, I'm using bok choy. My bok choy, you want to see it? I'll show you. Here it is. Here is my salad mixed up. I've got a little bit of kale in here too, because that came in my veggie bag this week too. And I've got one more. One more I didn't cut just for demonstration purposes to share. This is fresh from the farm, better than organic bok choy. Oh, it is so good. I don't know that I've really ever had it like raw, but I had just a piece of this. So good. It's got little like hint of sweet after it's been in your mouth for a few seconds. It's really kind of good. So, all right. So we put a dash of cayenne pepper in here. Whoa. That was more than a dash. This one's gonna be spicy. What else am I putting in? Coconut nectar, lemon juice, aminos. Oh, and I don't know how much the recipe did of olive oil, so we were just gonna throw some in and then taste it. But I wanted to share this with you guys too. So when you're looking for olive oil, so you're never gonna see raw olive oil. It just doesn't say that word. And almost everything else you're looking for, if you're looking for raw, it's gonna say raw on it, okay? It's just, that's just kind of like the rule for the most part. Otherwise, it's not raw. Well, here's an exception for you. Organic extra virgin olive oil. So you're always looking for the extra virgin olive oil, but here's the kicker. You want, you know it's backwards, but you want it to say somewhere on there, first cold press. That is telling you that it's raw. It hasn't been heated, okay? Same thing over here. I got this one. This one's organic one from Costco. It's, again, right there, first cold press. There's your clue. You got your raw oil there, which is great. So I got a random lid somewhere. Here we go. I keep picking it up. So I'm gonna throw some in, and we'll see how much this turns into. We may have to add some more after I blend it. Who knows? But I'd rather add more than have too much. So we'll see how that goes. This doesn't have a lot in it, really. Did I miss anything? I keep thinking I'm missing something, but I wrote it all down, right? Lemon juice, aminos, nectar. Very strange. Cayenne pepper, as a side note, is a detoxifier for your body, and it speeds up everything. So anything you put it in, it's just gonna make it work better in your body. It's like an accelerant for everything else that it's, you know, eaten in combination with. So. All right, let's see how this one tastes. I made another one. I think you missed it. I made a different one, Lynn. This was the second one because they don't make a lot, and I didn't want to make too much in case they weren't any good, so I just followed the recipe. Let's see. I don't have anything to eat. Drink this out of here. Whoa. Wow. Okay, it needs something. It's like really good, but it's like too much. You know how too much of a good thing? This is too much of a good thing. It's not too much oil. I only put 3 tablespoons of the olive oil in there. It's definitely really strong. The cayenne and the garlic mix together very well and create a really nice flavor. Yeah, it may not be bad when you put it on your dressing because of course it's gonna thin out, but that's pretty good. It's just super strong. But again, I overdid it on the cayenne. It wasn't a dash. It was a chunk. And then I used extra garlic too, but I don't know. So there you have it. My 2 recipes for the dressing. Of course, I will, of course, post the recipe. I have to transcribe it from my chicken scratch here and I'll get it in there. But let me make a bowl. Let's see. I got it? No. I think everything's in the dishwasher right now. So we're just gonna use this kind of plate here. Get my salad back. And you should see this counter here. It's like a mess. Seriously, it's a mess. Maybe it's better that I have the camera up like this because you can't see the work area. Totally. But like, look at this. Oh gosh, it's amazing. Oh, that looks fabulous. Wow. Look at that. Oh, this is like the ones you make the pictures of, you know, because they look so pretty. All right, so which dressing do I want? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do the first one I made. Pour some on. Oh, sweet. Kerwin and I have been eating very light lately, like, simple, I guess, even. Just made a big salad today that we had for lunch. He took the rest for dinner. I've got an extra bowl of it there. I made this now. That'll be there for tomorrow. But it's so simple what we're eating. It's crazy how fast it is, too. People think it takes a long time to cook raw. Nope, it doesn't. Even when you try really hard and be slow and unorganized like me, it still doesn't take long. And you got this huge salad. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, wait. I have to taste it. Okay, of course I don't have a fork here either. It was either chop the veggies or get everything all out. So I got the veggies chopped. All right, here goes. Okay, I'm gonna get this huge bite and I'm not gonna be able to talk, right? So. Wow. This is pretty amazing, guys. I don't even know what I'm all tasting in here. They're so good. That's just got, if you want flavor, and you want like, oh, taste sensation, this has it. You're eating your lunch now? Perfect. What are you eating? What do you got? And we can't post a picture, but you could just tell me what it is. You could always come on live. Ooh, unless you're on your, oh, I could invite, no, I can't invite you. You must not be on your phone. But yeah, this is so good. So it's got the turnips from the CSA, the farm, and I've got the radishes from the farm in here too. They were so yummy. I've got my spring onion in here that you can't see now. Of course, I got the kale and the bok choy from the garden. That's just amazing. I put an extra bell pepper in here, and my amazing new way of preparing carrots. I'm so proud of myself for discovering this tonight. So there you have it. Yeah, you're on your PC. Yeah, that's no fun because then I can't invite you. You could always say no, but it's still fun to invite. Homemade pizza and salad. Oh, that sounds yummy. Like homemade pizza. Did you make the crust too? That's good. What's it made out of? Have you tried a cauliflower crust? I know it still has, I haven't found a cauliflower crust without egg, but egg's not dairy anyway, so I don't even know that that's on my list. It's not raw, but I just don't eat eggs. I don't like eggs, but it's not dairy. But it's not vegan, but I'm not vegan, so there you have it. Who knows, right? But how'd I do the carrots? Oh, how'd I do the carrots? Okay, I started out like this, okay? Just using a vegetable peeler. And they were looking like this. And I was like, this is just kind of ugly and boring, right? And I was like, nah, what else could I do? I'm like, I want to make them skinnier. I'm thinking, and then I remembered this tool right here. This thing with these multi-blades there, if you can see them. It's amazing. It's so cool. Do I have another carrot? Hang on. get another carrot out of the fridge. See, look at that. Live videos, you could just like walk away. Okay. I'll show you this. Look at that. It's amazing. It is the coolest thing in the world. And of course, if it's down on the counter, it's easier to handle. It's amazing. And then, I keep saying that word. I gotta come up with a new word. This is what's left. This is what I couldn't use. And so this is what I would just eat, or I'm putting it in my dog compost pile. So they're gonna get that blended up in the food processor. But doesn't it look like professional stuff? I mean, it looks way better than this. I mean, seriously. So I'm excited about it. But don't ask me what this is called. This might be like a, it's like a handheld mandolin, kind of, the way it slices into strips like that, you know? But if you don't have a spiralizer, this will make your noodles for you way better than the vegetable peeler. So I'm sure this is like on Amazon or something, you know, pretty cool. So the big ones can be for dip. Yeah, they could. They totally could. I'm giving it to the dogs though. They need to stay healthy too. They're even getting the ends of the radishes. They're getting those, and they're getting the ends of my turnips too. And they're getting all the kale sticks. They're getting all of these. Just blend them up with food processor. Throw some apple cider vinegar on their food when they're eating it. So it's gonna be good for them. So there you have it. Gotta keep the dogs healthy. Oh, and here I had this out for the dog's compost pile too. So just as another random tip for you guys, don't compost stuff like this if you have a pet. This one just got old. I don't know how we missed this one from being eaten. Dogs love this stuff. Dogs don't care how fresh it is. It's different for dogs. And actually, as this is already starting to decompose, it's better for the dogs to eat it because their stomachs aren't designed to digest this kind of food. That's why the only veggies that they get are in the stomachs of the animals that they eat, right? If they're wild dogs. And that's why you gotta feed them tripe, like green tripe. But anyway, so the more broken down food is for them, the better it is. So this is actually very healthy for them. Yeah, my dogs love carrots too. And they will eat them just, you know, I could just hand them one of these. At least it gives them something to work on, which is cool. They make a mess, but it's really cool. But you'll probably notice that when you give them this, it comes out in pieces. You're gonna see chunks of carrot coming out when they eat one like this. If you put these little things in the food processor and it just kind of turns into mush, you know, you won't see it coming out the other end because they will actually be able to, you know, break it down, which is cool because then they're getting the benefits from it, you know. Well, yeah, the ends work too. And I usually have the baby carrots. And that's actually what's in the fridge. I really like those because they're just simple. And you can grab them to eat too without having to do anything. Use them for dips real fast without cutting them. But I wanted to make my strips. I was going to use this. So I had to go get a big one. And then this would have been really hard to use on the baby carrot. So, but that's ordinarily what I use. And so they'll get the random extra ones, you know. So yeah, baby carrots are totally good. So there you have it. That was all I wanted to share with you guys today was my bok choy. And now that I have this little bit left, I'll see what else I might do with it. But this salad looks so good just by itself. I just may throw some more bok choy in it to extend the life of it. Oh my gosh, I gotta make another one of these dressings too. I need more because this is not enough. Oh, so good. So thanks for joining me live, Lynn. It's nice to have you on with me. It's really cool. And if you want to do an episode next week, I am game, but I only have this event scheduled the first Wednesday of every month. So, but I don't mind doing it more. If we have, you know, gonna have you on with me, that'll be totally cool. Let me know if you want to do it. Let me know what you want to make, and then I'll see if I can come up with something complimentary to it, maybe, or a raw version of whatever you're making or something. But just give me, you know, a little bit of heads up, and then I'll see what I can come up with on it. Could be kind of cool. So let me know. We can make anything, you know. We can make anything you want. Make whatever you're gonna make. Like for me, this came about because I had bok choy left, and I'm getting my veggie bag tomorrow, and I'm like, my goal is to eat everything. So I'm like, what am I gonna make with bok choy? It's been sitting there all week because I didn't know how to use it. I'm like, okay, so I just started looking, how do you make raw bok choy? What would be good with it, you know? So mostly it's the dressing, right? But it's these cool, here's a question for you, and for anybody watching the replay. I'm noticing that the veggies that are in season now all seem to go together. And I don't know if that's how it is, or if it's just what was grown and that's what I got in my bag. But it seems like the root veggies, they go well together with the leafy greens that grow at this time of year too. And I'm thinking, I haven't been eating in season my whole life, so this is new for me to start paying attention to this. And maybe it's just random coincidence. Maybe there's a lot of other veggies that grow at this time of year that don't work together, but like turnips go well in here. I mean, radishes go well with it. It's like cabbages would go good in this too. The kale and the bok choy, all these really, really strong leafy greens. It's like everything's going together. Sweet potato goes with this stuff. It's like the kabocha squash that's this time of year goes with this stuff too, you know? So it's really kind of neat, you know? And then even the carrots, it's another root, you know? Like, it all goes together. It's like, I wouldn't want to put a tomato in there though. Like a tomato to me just would be like, it's the wrong flavor profile if I was gonna try and be uppity about it, but it just doesn't sound right. So I'm curious if, I'll look into it more too, but I'm curious if root, you know, the winter crop really all kind of blends and goes together, and so you would always just be able to interchange the ingredients and make cool stuff with them, right? I mean, it does make sense, right? But whoever notices that, because you don't ever eat in season. You eat what's in the stores, you know, and like you would never throw an orange in here either. Like, but oranges are still growing now though, right? Maybe they're finished by now. They were the late summer, early fall kind of thing, and then now we're into the fall, winter veggies. So, thank you. I'm glad you agree on the tomato, because it's like, it's just, not even good. But I was excited to be able to put in my turnips and radishes because I don't use them often enough to know what to do with them. So this whole, you know, CSA bag is a cool learning experience for me. I'm excited to see as the season changes, you know, what's going to be in it. So it'll be fun. You can make desserts too, or anything you love. Or you could make your homemade pizza. You could do your cauliflower crust one. You could experiment with. I could make a raw pizza. I would just prep it in advance because I would have to use the dehydrator. So I would just, you know, do stuff the day before to get it ready to then be able to assemble together. But that would be fun too. I actually need to make a pizza. Haven't had one in a little while, and so it's on my taste buds that I'm missing pizza. So we could do that too. Rocket and pear, oh my gosh, that is such a great combination. If you do, okay, this is cheese, but how I previously had that salad was with the manchego cheese. And it actually works really good with this. So just shave that cheese, put that in there too, and then use garlic flavored olive oil with lemon squeezed on it. So good on that salad. It's amazing. That was our salad earlier, was with the rocket or the arugula. We had that earlier today. I pulled it right from the garden. I still got some in my veggie bag, plus I had some in my garden. So we had a big salad with romaine, arugula, and some other randomness that I threw in there. So yeah, check out a cauliflower pizza. That would be kind of cool. I've never made one. I've only had one at California Pizza Kitchen. They started making it, and I was there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try this. People are telling me how good it was, and it was amazing. You couldn't tell it was cauliflower. It was a thin crust pizza, and it was super yummy. So, you know. Oh, hello fresh meal. Oh my gosh, cool. It had Parmesan cheese in it. Oh, they actually give you leafy stuff in your meals, so they're not like packaged fresh meals. Huh. So that's got to come to you quick, right? Interesting. So there must be like coming from the farm or something. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what. Oh no, I couldn't tell it was cauliflower. Seriously, I couldn't. It was just a wonderful flavor, and of course I had them throw arugula on top because I was like, I just need extra because that's always good. And just it had It was a vegetarian cauliflower pizza, so it had mushrooms on it and I think like broccoli and a couple other things like that, and it was just great. And it was kind of cool because I was having a conversation with the manager there. I'm like, when did this come on your menu? 2 days before I got there, it got added to the menu, and she's so happy about it. So proud of all the stuff they're doing and how great their service was. And we were just like chatting for a while. She came back, you know, to check on how it was, just of course as I take a bite because they time it perfectly. But I mean, it was just a fun experience. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really kind of cool. And it makes me want to make it even though it's cooked, and it didn't have anything else in it, I don't think, that wasn't any good. At least, I don't know about their recipe, but at least the ones I've looked at since, they have egg, but I don't think it had other junk in them, or you could replace, you know, with other healthy things, you know, so, you know. That's Always Leafy. Wow. That's pretty cool. So it's not even pre-cooked. So they just give you the amount of that veggie, so they give you the amount of the rocket that you needed to make your salad, and they gave you the cheese, and then you just put it all together. Do they give you like a bunch of arugula, and then they give you 3 recipes to use that arugula for, or do they give you just individual amounts of everything for the meals? Because that's kind of cool. Everything but the chef. That's really neat. They've got something in town here where it's, what they call it, is it vegan meals? Is it Go Vegan? No. That's it. I can't remember exactly how it is, but I've just seen about it, but I've never looked into getting it because I want to make my own stuff. It's part of the whole experience for me. And how would I do videos, you know, like this, making this, if I got it all delivered? But they make meals, but I'm pretty sure it's ready-made, or it looks put together, and maybe you would cook it or you would eat it raw or something, but they look like they were already, you know, put together kind of thing. So I don't know. Individual mods for each recipe. That's pretty cool. So all the running around I was doing, I forgot this ingredient or this one, I get this out of the fridge and all that, they've done all that for you, and it's just boom right there. That's kind of cool. You could get really spoiled being able to cook that way. That's pretty neat. Do you get to pick the recipes that come every week? Like, you know, we kind of need, if you go online and pick, okay, this is the stuff I want, or is it just like my veggie bag and just what you get is kind of what you get and you eat it? Like, what if it's stuff you don't like? Do you eat it anyway? So, yeah, very spoiled, totally. Does your honey eat it too? Is it for the both of you? Or is it just for you? They choose it, huh? So that's kind of an adventure then. You're just gonna try what you get. I like that. And now, okay, so one more question. I know all these questions about it. It's neat. I should just look online for them and see what I find. But if it's coming to you fresh and it's company and you're cooking it yourself, I'm curious, are they getting it from the grocery store, or are they a farm or something that's providing their own food and putting it together for you that way? Or is this like a third-party service that's coming in between? Like, where's the food starting at that comes to HelloFresh that then, you know, they package it up as recipes and give it to you? You know, I'm curious about that. So that'd be kind of neat. So you're doing really good with all this chat. Look at how fast you're typing and everything. I'm like having to scroll to keep up with you. This is pretty good. I need to like improve my game here. Oh, it's all veggies. You eat everything. That's totally cool. Everybody eats it. Yep, that is really cool. Farmers. That's really neat. I like that. That's a good arrangement. So that would be kind of like taking my veggie bag and delivering it to HelloFresh, who then repackages it and puts recipes together and creates the menu for you. That's pretty neat. Then I would have known what to do with my bok choy. Right? That would have been kind of, that's kind of cool. It probably costs, does it cost a decent amount? I mean, like, is it, or, you know, does it cost a lot more than if you just bought the produce yourself? Or, I don't know. But I don't know if I missed anything, because look at you, me scrolling away. Look at all these comments. That's totally cool. I don't know what I got that you remember seeing me get one, but was it the kabocha squash? I don't know. But yeah, so tell me if you want to do it next week, and then I'll make sure I put it on the calendar and we can chat about what we're gonna do, because that would be kind of cool. I'm excited about it. All right. Whoop, now I'm shaking as I scroll. Okay, so, whoop, low battery. Close. Okay. So I have to eat my salad now. This so amazing salad. Oh, yeah. You don't think it costs more? That's pretty amazing. I would expect it to at least cost something more, and then depending on how the company is, maybe even a lot more. But if it's the convenience you want and all, then great. You know, it'd be worth it, right? I'm just curious. So, that's good for you. That's really amazing, and I think probably more people would take advantage of it. I wonder what do people not know about it or something? But if that was a service they offered here, I could really see people. Because people ask me all the time, it's like, you know, you would just cook it for me. I would love to eat raw, but they don't make anything themselves, and so it's just packaged stuff everywhere they go, or they eat out, or it's drive-throughs, so they never are in the kitchen to either cook it or even not cook it, you know. So that would be a really cool thing if it were in, you know, other places like that. I like it. That's very cool. Imagine you would save a lot. My plan is really, if I can keep a handle on it, is to see how I do with the subscription that I'm doing for the farm food. Because I'm like, if we really focus on using what they give us, there's a lot in this bag, and we'd need to get. Kerwin really likes having fruit, so we would get some fruit, and that would be nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds, and maybe, you know, like if I need to refill on the soy sauce or, you know, the olive oil, I would do that. Otherwise, it's like, that's like a good chunk of our whole week's food, you know, right there, which is pretty neat. So you totally get to be adventurous. Yeah, I'm learning a lot already so far, and tomorrow I get my next bag. It's gonna be cool. See what comes. I don't know what's gonna come. Could be the same stuff I already got. I don't know, but I'm totally fine about that because everything I'm making with it is pretty amazing. So, oh, you get the nuts and seeds in those meals too. Wow. And those are the nuts are expensive too. So interesting. Well, maybe not as expensive. I get the raw nuts, so maybe they're probably not as expensive otherwise. But still, nuts are a decent, you know, price. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, it's the whole convenience thing. That's what people do, the packaged food all the time. I don't get it really either. I mean, we would make stuff at home. Always, I mean, I would go out drive-throughs while I was out and about, but we always had stuff at home too. It just wasn't always fancy things. I wasn't a big cook, so we'd have simple things, and like I would have a jar of tomato sauce, you know, that I would use to make pasta and stuff, or sometimes I'd make my own sauce, but there were some convenience foods we had in there, but usually they were incorporated into the meal. I didn't really buy like TV dinners, things like that stayed in packages. But yeah, I wasn't a ramen soup eater either. Pop that on. Wasn't like that, you know, but we still ate plenty of junk. So I think you've been on a healthy course a lot longer than I have, which is great. You know, all the years you've been vegetarian too, Lynn, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I gotta scroll again. I got behind, right? Okay, cool. So I wasn't the only one using jar of sauce, right? Okay. I'm gonna let you go. And like I said, keep you posted on next week because I think that would be kind of fun. I'm gonna eat my salad. I'm gonna take a picture of it before I consume it all so I can document this. And at some point, I will put the recipes together for these two dressings too, and then tell you what at least what the the veggies were I put on the salad. So anybody wants to duplicate this, but I'm really impressed with it. It is such a crisp, flavorful, savory, yummy salad. It's just I'm running out of words for things. I keep saying amazing, but it's like delicious, but more than delicious, it's like a whole taste experience, you know. It's like flavors that I haven't really had put together like this before, so it's pretty neat. I'm enjoying the ride, you know. So good night, Lynn. Good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and for everyone catching on the replay, say hi, say where you're watching from, and if you've got a great recipe for bok choy, post it, share it. I'm really excited to make other things with it now that I know how great it tastes raw. It's pretty cool. So, yep. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye, Lynn.